Philip, last week and when I say we, I mean you and me.
The royal we
covered
the actual we.
We covered The Insider.
Yes, the last time we did an episode. Yeah.
Yes, a live one.
Yeah.
And we weren't, as usual, in full agreement.
Nope.
Wouldn't want it that way.
No.
One thing we did agree on was that fall. Very embarrassing. We really felt Jeffrey Wigand, very good, his fall. And I made a joke, if you recall, about watching a movie called The Fall.
Yep.
I am currently watching a Prime series, The Fall.
Wow, fascinating.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And it's British.
Okay.
And we didn't realize that going in, but Prime has a lot of British stuff.
Okay.
And this one stars the great Gillian Anderson.
The perfectly mediocre, generic Gillian Anderson.
I don't love her.
Honestly, I have no idea. I've never seen anything she's ever been in.
Did you realize she was British?
Well, I knew that, but I just didn't care.
Okay.
And a little tidbit of information. I don't like the Brits.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it because of...
No particular reason, but
okay.
I find myself
just generally you don't like
I like British people, but British comedies like Monty Python, I've never engaged with. I've never really enjoyed. I don't really find it that funny.
People
but
love
it's not,
it.
But
People
that
love
like
it.
consistent, like oh my gosh, genius. I just never saw it.
I did watch when I was a kid. I watched Red Dwarf, which is a sci-fi comedy.
Yes,
it's gold.
Yes,
it's complete gold. Blackadder, Rowan Atkinson, anything he did. Hugh Laurie was in it.
Laurie,
funny stuff. But what I like about the Brits, they do a lot of mystery, and that's what The Fall is.
Yeah.
So a lot of cop shows, a lot of investigating. They love it. My parents have BritBox.
Oh gosh,
they live on it.
All of it.
That it's like nonstop.
Someone's housekeeper is just like a part-time detective.
Yeah, exactly.
Blimey.
I watch Murdoch Mysteries. Now that's not British, but
could be.
They love it too because it's
a Commonwealth.
Yeah,
mystery.
Exactly. There's a connection there. So you're not a fan then,
Would
generally?
never watch it, no.
Okay. Not about Hercule Poirot, Agatha Christie, anything?
He's French, so...
That's true. Yes, that's accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I just, for whatever reason, never really took to British humor in particular. I like The Office, the original
Ricky
Office.
Gervais. He hosted the Oscars, correct?
The Golden Globes.
Golden Globes, there it is.
Yeah, a couple years in a row. But yeah, just never really got into it.
Right.
And TV is obviously, as you know, a little bit of a sketchy situation for me.
Okay, that's fair enough. In that case, do not watch The Fall. You won't like it.
Maybe it's the one that's going to turn me around.
It's Irish, too, like Belfast.
Ooh, I like Irish people.
Okay, here we go. That's a rough town, Phil. That's a rough town.
Belfast, certainly.
I don't know if you've been there.
I was in Dublin.
Okay. Well,
loved it.
The hills. My God, the hills. But Belfast, at least how it's portrayed in this, in 2014, it's rough around the edges.
Fair.
Some bad neighborhoods. So
sure. Well, we saw a little bit of that in The Devil's Own.
I've been doing the Irish accent at work. And
how's that going for you?
Well, my assistant manager was named Danny.
Oh, Danny boy.
So he must hate me.
Sure.
But that's okay. He'll never have
to see you again.
That's right.
Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf with Phil and Dave, the movie talk show where each week one of us takes a movie off our shelf, presents it to the other, and discusses it at length. And this week we've got coming off of Dave's shelf, 2006's Casino Royale, starring Pierce Brosnan. No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
I was going to wonder. I am wondering. We'll continue to wonder until you tell me if you're going to give me a hard time about not starting at the very, very, very first Bond movie. I'm starting at the very first Daniel Craig movie. I thought that would be enough.
I was actually going to give you a little bit of props for that. The credit goes to at least finding an entry point into a series that has 18 or 20 movies in.
Yeah,
that makes some sense.
Yeah.
So
I know your affection for Daniel Craig from that glorious movie we watched, Cowboys and Aliens, which was not a great film.
No, that was terrible, but luckily he redeemed himself by Road to Perdition, if you recall.
Yeah, he was good in that.
He was fantastic in that.
Absolutely.
That was really the only place I ever saw him.
Yeah.
Prior to...
Yeah, I've seen him in a couple small roles. I can't think of the names of the movies. They were kind of just weren't
was he
really
ever in Seinfeld?
No, heavens, I wish. He was in that tattoo one that was tattooed all over the Rogers Store video when we worked together.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's fantastic in that Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
I think he was nominated for nothing. but he could have been.
Yes,
and should have been, and should have won.
A David Fincher classic, yeah, brilliant movie.
I will argue he's the best Bond, but let me tell you one thing, Philip, before we get obviously into this movie, we need to share each other's history here of said character, Ian Fleming's 007. That's the creator of this man of mystery or a spy guy, whatever you want, MI6.
I have a couple of questions about that as we go, but yes, that's
I encourage questions, and hopefully, unlike you, I'll have answers.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let's start with you. What is your history with 00?
Well, the history begins here.
Wow.
The character is ubiquitous, and I have certainly seen trailers and a TBS on the weekends playing Thunderball or You Only Live Twice or whatever.
So
I'm very familiar with the character, like kind of in the, in the very abstract.
Okay.
And know many of the names of the movies and have played even a couple of slots based around James Bond movies. So I'm familiar enough with sort of conceptually.
Okay.
But I have never, ever watched more than maybe 10 minutes of any Bond movie ever.
That's impressive for someone who claims on national radio to be a movie buff.
Yeah, but I'm very clear about where my lines are. And the lines are...
Yeah.
The line is drawn here. Big action set piece movies hold no interest. I've never seen them. I've seen
brought that up.
The first Mission Impossible movie and the first half maybe of part 2, and I was like, I'm out.
That's it. Yeah.
So I just I watched the first Bourne movie and never another one. So.
You're not into the action, and you've enjoyed a couple of them, I think, that we've brought off the
like
shelf.
Action movies, but when action is like set pieces, it's just sort of built around the idea of get me from A to B to C and chase and run and gun and blow things up. I don't have much interest. Action movies with a little bit of...
Like A-Team.
I thought there was parts of that movie that I found to be kind of compelling when we're sort of coming up with the plan and organizing.
That's definitely a movie that comes up with a plan.
Yeah, exactly. However ridiculous that is, the tank in the midair.
Yeah,
it's a little questionable, but the characters in that are kind of clever or interesting or whatever else. But action for action's sake doesn't do anything for me.
This is my... I wouldn't say main entry point. I did grow up with the Pierce Brosnan ones.
Brosnan.
I'm not even going to try to say it right. I know there's an S before the end. I know.
Sure.
So as a kid, I mean, we're talking about GoldenEye. I want to say 95.
Sure.
Die Another Day, 98, all in around there. So my parents were...
Mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
Nintendo 64, you a GoldenEye guy?
No, I never had the 64.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because that was a very popular
Never
game.
had a 64.
Even if you never heard of the character, it was just a fun...
People love it.
Multiplayer, that little square in the corner on the TV there. Not enough. Not enough. So I think my parents were huge fans, but they grew up with him. I think they watched some of the Connery and stuff like that. So I was exposed to it. Did like the Pierce movies, generally speaking. I did watch a little bit of one a few months ago.
Doesn't hold up.
Didn't hold up when we're talking about the effects and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really impressive. This from 2006. I felt like I was watching a movie from like last year. It's held up really well, in my opinion. Even having that older technology, I mean, you can tell what year the movie is by the cell phones.
Sure.
So when you see that early on, it's like, okay, that phone, 2006. That lines up. But I thought this one, obviously, I got the 4K set,
of course,
specifically of the
just
Daniel
the
Craig
section. Yes.
I've always enjoyed them. I've watched them all, and I'm happy to bring it off the shelf. You didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you why. Now, it's just the time. Now's the time.
Now's
buddy.
the time.
I figured you maybe needed a fix, perhaps. So I thought maybe a little gambling. Might be in order for you.
Yeah, that's fair. I have a Vegas trip coming up for sure.
There you go. I've been sitting on these for a while. I was in the mood for
movie's
something.
Almost 20 years old, if you can believe it.
Yeah. Checks out. I hadn't watched it in a while, so I thought this change of pace. We haven't done an action-fueled sort of movie, and I wanted to kind of get your opinion on it, and I was hankering for it. So here we are. Here we are, Phil.
So the first question I have for you, David.
Yes, you had questions.
Is... You were speaking about him being sort of mysterious and mystery man, this and that, right? He seems very well known by just about everybody. He's introducing himself to everybody.
That's his thing.
I kind of wonder.
Yeah, he's not so mysterious.
It's like everyone he meets seemed to go like, "Oh, you're Bond. We know you." So I just wonder, like, if you're a spy, little on the nose.
But you're right.
I don't think it's really a fault. It just makes me laugh that this sort of super spy, I'm like, everybody knows this guy. My biggest question is one you can't answer, which is why, in the infinite wisdom, did this movie come out in 2006? It seems built in.
Okay.
That you would release it in 2007.
Okay. Oh, is it like an anniversary or
007?
Oh, well. Yeah, I guess.
It would be like the entire ad campaign and the whole poster and everything about it would be 007. I don't understand why. A missed opportunity by 1 year, by a matter of 6 months. It just feels like a missed opportunity because the brand had been dormant for a few years already, right? Post Brosnan,
98 maybe. I think 98 might have been the last.
So you're looking at 5, 6, 7
maybe.
years. You had opportunities to obviously build it up to being something.
What's a few more months?
That's all. Just a curiosity. Marketing question. Phil, seems a little odd.
That is a valid point, and you're right. Don't have an answer.
I didn't think you would.
Yeah. Let's briefly talk about the director. I don't have a whole lot on him. Martin Campbell's his name.
He's your uncle.
He did the Zorros.
Couldn't care less. Never saw those.
Yeah, me neither. Take it easy. He did do Goldeneye, so this is not his first Bond.
Interesting.
That's noteworthy.
Okay.
And Edge of Darkness with the great Mel Gibson.
I don't know that movie at all.
It's on my shelf.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to come off eventually. It's not very good.
It's one of the straight to video.
This is from when we closed down. I think I may have snagged it. Payback was the other one that came out. They're very sort of.
Well, that was a movie people know.
That
was like Brian Helgeland.
Yeah,
Academy Award winner.
This is when Mel Gibson was doing those types of movies. So I think I kind of got lost in that mix.
Okay.
I watched it once. Had really high hopes for it. Looked really gritty. Anyway, we'll go back to it. That's the whole point of the show.
Of course, absolutely. Yank it off the shelf, see what sticks.
Exactly. With some time away. It's been, 20 years now. I think it's time to go back. But for now, that's really all I have for the director. I don't know if you have any Martin Campbell exposure.
No, the movies you referenced, I've never seen any of them. Not really a guy.
Yeah, you don't get out much, eh?
No. What I think is interesting about talking about a director and Bond is that obviously we're coming on the heels of them announcing that Denis Villeneuve
was a happy accident.
Will be directing the next one, and
I don't know about that.
I have my own kind of reservations around that.
I was going to use the word reservations. Slow. He's a slow burn guy.
I think he's incredible. One of my favorite directors. He does really great, interesting work. Mm-hmm. But I wonder how that would play in this field. A good Canadian boy. On this Canada's birthday.
Yeah. Is he related to the driver?
No.
Okay. No. All right.
But good question.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I wonder what's interesting about that is I haven't seen a lot of. Obviously, I've never seen any of these movies. But other than I think Philip Noyce directed a couple, maybe.
That name rings a bell. We must have done a Noyce.
We've done a Noyce.
Yeah.
But his choice is an interesting one, and we're kind of curious how it goes. Whereas this guy, Martin Campbell, seems completely generic. Like those movies don't stick out to me as being interesting or compelling. Nothing I was drawn to personally.
Didn't really, and I don't think the Zorros did that well.
First one was a huge hit, but the second one,
that's more referring to as not so good.
Yeah,
worse than Edge of Darkness,
and not very good exactly as movies. So.
Yeah. Well, this one was received well, Casino Royale, not just by IMDb, but by just the general public. It
is your poll.
Yeah.
Your man on the street.
They say it's one of the better ones of all 26. Like I said, I have seen nothing pre-Pierce.
Yeah. Oh, nothing pre-Pierce.
No, and I like the character, but I really like Daniel Craig.
Okay.
That's my draw-in, and I do like an action movie, as you know.
Absolutely. Every other week I got to relive the trauma.
Yeah, and another thing I like is the gadgetry of it all. Now, there will be a discussion about that.
Yes, there will be.
Yes.
I've got some questions.
We'll get there. More questions, but... Let's get into the Casino Royale, and maybe we'll give the listeners just a brief sort of breakdown of the synopsis.
Old Faithful's breakdown.
Here we go, folks.
You're sitting down.
After earning a license to kill, secret agent Jimmy Bond, sets out on his first mission as 007. Bond must defeat a private banker funding terrorists in a high-stakes game of poker at Casino Royale in Montenegro.
There it is. That's exactly what happens.
That's exactly.
They really nailed it.
He does have a license to kill. See, I thought he was breaking the law, but he has a license.
Got a license.
He does. Because one of the movies way back, I'm not sure if it was Moore or Connery, one was called, I think, A License to Kill.
Timothy Dalton movie.
That was Dalton. Okay, so I thought maybe that was that movie. He had the license to kill, but generally he doesn't.
Yeah.
But for that one, he did.
Sure.
But apparently, according to this,
You only live once.
Yeah.
And you only live twice, I think, actually, isn't it?
And he tries not to kill people. He does try, but it tends to end up,
I don't think he tries.
Yeah.
He kills everybody he runs into.
And
in
I
this
don't know if that's a Craig, what he's bringing, like that specific version of it. Craig's a little more gritty, which is one of his
those
appeals.
are choices I've heard when this movie was announced, that the idea was to make it grounded in ways that maybe the Brosnan movies hadn't quite elevated towards.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know this, but each movie sort of has a little intro before the intro.
Oh, okay.
So this one starts out in black and white, right from the beginning. The Lion's Gate, I'm assuming. MGM. Well, there was a line, so you can see how I could make that mistake.
Leo the Lion, absolutely.
And I swear, I was like, there's something wrong with my copy. I got this box set from Wellington.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Alexis somehow got these bad copies that somehow I had all these thoughts going through my mind, and I was in the settings of my Blu-ray player.
Wow.
I hadn't seen the movie for probably over 10 years.
Okay.
But I did not remember it began in black and white.
Okay. So you're tweaking.
I'm tweaking. I'm thinking there's something wrong on my end.
Yeah.
And I'm fiddling, and no, that's the intro. Zero LUT. You want to make any comments before I go any further? Because this is your first, experience, your first exposure. Talk to me, Phil. What's going on in your mind?
I thought it's a great way to start a movie.
Wonderful.
The black and white thing didn't really necessarily trip me up or anything like that. I liked the intercutting between the sort of bathroom fight and whomever this person is in the office. I liked
That's 006.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, he's a 00.
He's the outgoing 00.
Yeah.
So this idea of who is this and what is this, and having him beat the crap out of the guy, and I thought a pretty viscerally well-directed sort of sequence.
Yeah, a lot of porcelain.
And then the discussion of the first kill, like how'd that go, how are you feeling, and then joking about the second one's that much easier. I thought, that's great. And then another thing just about the familiarity of this character, the ubiquity of this character in the zeitgeist, is having never seen any of them, that pose and position of the walk and then turn into the camera and shoot is very, very common. So much so that coincidentally, I would probably most connect to that sequence through Friday the 13th Part 6.
Oh,
which actually opens in that way, where Jason is walking, profile, turns and slashes.
Spoiler for me.
And then the blood comes out as if it was a Bond movie. It's that sort of iconic an image.
Now you can see that sort of type of scene in a quality film.
Yeah, you don't know anything about Friday the 13th Part 6.
I know enough.
You will soon.
That's my fault. I didn't pick
exactly. But anyway, it's just I thought it's great, and I thought a really engaging way to start the movie. I was really hooked in pretty quick.
Then we get a life supply of Chris Cornell. That's enough for me forever.
Really?
Yeah. Soundgarden, is that right?
It's Soundgarden.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did have the CD from Columbia House. I was a member.
Okay.
Those are good deals. I don't care what you say.
Absolutely was. 100%.
Buy one at full price and get like a bunch like for a penny. No wonder they went out of business.
They're just giving it away.
Yeah. I bought Mariah Carey, all sorts of good
tons of stuff. Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah. But these tend to go on for a while, and that's always been the nature. It's nothing new. I can't name any of the other ones other than one we'll get later, which is Adele. I'm going to spoil right now. She does one of these as well.
Yeah. Well, we got Live and Let Die. That's Paul McCartney, which is phenomenal. We got Nobody Does It Better, which is Carly Simon, which is phenomenal.
Okay, there you
go. We got Golden Eye, which is Tina Turner, which is
was that Tina?
Unbelievable.
Wonderful. A lot of notables.
Again, having never seen a movie, I know all of these songs. So the character and the impact of this series is in...
You can't hide from it.
Yeah, it's ingrained. I was really captivated and engaged in this movie from minute one, really, because I thought the animation and the sort of structure and style of that title sequence with the clubs, the hearts, all the different cards, and the way that positioning is played out, I really like the song.
Well, Phil, let's take a trip to Uganda. If I'm saying that correctly. Have you ever been? Because they have pinball machines. I know you're a fan.
I don't need to travel to Uganda to play a game, but
that's true. You have
good to know.
You have one here. Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that, but you said you didn't even see it.
Didn't. No.
Just a kid playing it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's around the time Mads. We can call him Mads Mikkelsen. That sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in one of the Star Wars films, I believe. the the one that's not really part of the trilogy. That one, Rogue One.
He's in that.
You haven't seen it, eh?
Yeah, but I don't remember him in it.
Well, he's in it.
I only watched the movie once.
He's time. Like he made the Death Star. Like he knew there was a flaw with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
didn't care.
Well, he cared. He's a good guy.
Oh,
he's a good guy, but he plays a good bad guy.
Okay.
And you would think he only plays bad guys, but he's been a good guy.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Fun fact. And similar to Jeffrey's daughter, has asthma. And if Jeffrey was there, he could explain to us.
That's right. Yeah, he could explain. It's just bad air coming in.
Yeah. Hey, you love the connective tissue, buddy.
I do.
I'm laying it up here for you.
I appreciate the hell out of it. Well
and then we get really our first action piece pretty early on.
Yeah, got 10 minutes in.
Yeah, and there's a lot of jumping.
Parkour was a big thing.
That is the term. I'm never quite sure what that is, but is that what that is? And that was big then?
Very big back then, if you recall Die Hard 4.
Of course I recall the movie, gem.
The elevator fight sequence, very parkourish.
Okay, so that's what that is when we're referring to that.
And watching this, certainly jumping up and around and using the wall to jump ahead and up and so forth.
And speaking of Die Hard, actually, one thing we both appreciated in Die Hard 1 was showing that John McClane was scared of something.
Yeah.
He was flying in that case. So it really made him a grounded character. Now, it's not quite the same here, but we do see in this whole sequence that he's not perfect. Where this guy he's chasing is doing all the great moves.
Yes.
And we see Bond trying to do them. I don't think it's at the level of I Have a Fear, which is why I love John McClane's character. But at least it shows he's not like completely like indestructible, like he can do anything. There's a little bit of,
I have to push
struggle.
Back a little bit,
okay.
You're right in that it's somewhat a deficiency, but if there's a problem I have with the character, generally speaking, is that there isn't a lot of fallibility. I think that generally
he's handsome too.
He gorgeous man, makes you sick. But nothing really goes that wrong. He kills a guy, he gets admonished. He kills another guy, gets a little bit admonished. There's no real consequence.
Let me push back there. A lot of women he's with end up dead. That's not great. That's
but I mean consequence for his actions. He kills somebody, and M says, "You shouldn't have done that. We wanted him alive." Okay, and then he goes and kills the next person. You shouldn't have killed him. We needed answers. Okay, so there's no consequences.
He gets a little bit of lenience, although granted.
But he's only just become this 00. So I wonder, where is the lenience coming from?
This is what I think. I could be wrong. I don't know the history of M and him, but I feel just because he wasn't a 007, there is a relationship between the two. When he was, 07.
Sure. Yeah.
He's obviously been in the company with MI6, I imagine, or my wife thought M16. So I think that's a gun. I'm like, it's MI6.
Sure.
Okay, I see your point, Philip. I do, but
it doesn't bother me. But I don't see any. I don't really see him as being a fallible character. And he gets the chick, he gets the guy, he gets the mission accomplished, and goes back to work. Like, this guy is basically impervious to pain and succeeds at everything he does.
And he enjoys the pain, as we'll see a little bit later on.
Absolutely. So that's not a knock on the character, but I don't feel that same level of grounded human, an everyman in the middle of
I've seen worse
extenuating circumstances. Perhaps, certainly. But this action sequence goes out for about 8.5 minutes. And as you know, my tolerance for this is pretty low, where you're just chasing up and down and up and down. Although I hate to admit it, but my friend Lawrence, whom I've mentioned a couple of times, Larry.
Absolutely, shout out.
He was visiting Vancouver in 2002, maybe, just after I had moved. He was there for a few days, and we just churned out some bullshit action sequence for a Vin Diesel movie.
Oh, yeah.
We kind of saw him, he more than I, as like, this guy's going to be the next thing, and he hadn't really yet fully ascended to that thing. And we were just like, and we were going to have him battling a real estate mogul on top of a crane, battling on this whatever else, and I'm watching this and thinking, well, this is your vision. This is just sort of recognizing that there is a visual flair to shooting an action sequence in the scaffolding. So here it was nice to see.
And you need crane operators for the crane scene.
Yeah,
that's a position.
Absolutely. And you also need a Fraser crane and a Martin.
Don't get me started, buddy. Speaking of sitcoms, another win for Milos. We get to a brief scene with Mads and his beau, and she is from an episode of Seinfeld. and she played the wife of a guy named Milosh. And there's a whole tennis thing. You didn't see it, but that's where she's from. She's not very good. She's not in this movie very much. I don't think she says a word. That's fine, but it's noteworthy.
Sure.
I have it here.
Yeah. Seinfeld.
Yes. But that's just a layover until we get to the Bahamas, Philip. And I know you love the Bahamas.
I do.
You've been.
Yeah.
I've almost been, but
Nassau.
didn't come to fruition.
Missed opportunity.
Yes, that's what my wife keeps telling me. I'm like, well, honey, but what they do in the Bahamas is they drink and they gamble. But that's maybe just what we see in the film.
Well, they swim.
Yeah, swimming.
Snorkeling.
Yeah. Not a big fan.
They've got a theme park, a water park there.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Atlantis.
I believe you. Yeah, I believe you.
Gorgeous. I like this introduction. I like the valet guy joke.
Okay.
That's pretty funny when he's tying his shoes. And like, hey, guy, you going to make me wait? Oh, sorry, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was wondering how you felt about that whole sequence, because what these movies tend to do, some worse than others, is the conveniences and the contrivances.
Yeah, this is a big note, yeah.
Yeah, so this is a little bit of it of, he takes advantage of an opportunity, which I think is clever.
Totally. You got to see the opportunity, you got to action it.
Yeah.
That's Bond all the way.
I don't mind that. And he gets himself into the security room and
pretty easily.
Finds the disc rather easily, knows how to use it rather easily. You need to accept that on a certain level, as long as it's not too much. I personally, I'll say it right now, I don't think this movie is too bad, all things considered.
Sure.
But it does exist, and it's hard to do these types of movies without a little bit of these conveniences and contrivances. But I don't think it was too bad. But what do you think? Because you're not a guy that watches a lot of these films. Is it an irritant for you when that happens?
We've talked about this 1,000 times, or maybe
and we'll continue to.
A few hundred times at this point, which is things like that don't typically take me out of a movie, because that's the movie, right? Yeah. So if he's that good, then that's what he is. There could be a time where that might wane and wear a little thin and kind of roll your eyes. If the scenes that movie is supporting aren't compelling or interesting, and it's a sequence of that or whatever else, right? Every movie's got contrivances. You need it to propel the story forward. If he's wrestling with a security guard for 45 minutes to get the disc, or he's sitting there pressing a remote 10 times, what's the right button, right?
Yeah,
that's boring.
Interesting storytelling, Philip.
It becomes not a movie I want to watch, right? So yes, okay. So he's good at remotes, whatever. I don't care.
There's big coincidences and there's little coincidences.
But yeah, so that stuff doesn't bother me at all. I think it's perfectly reasonable that a spy or like a person of this caliber can do the things that he's paid to do.
And do you think horses should be legal to ride on the beach?
I was thinking this scene is very random until she gets off the horse and looks at him. I'm like, oh, that's what him coming out of the water like that.
Oh,
like,
God, I needed a moment.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful.
I could not stand up.
Just a beautiful man.
Now we get sort of to our first game of poker, Philip.
Yeah, you could tell I perked up. I couldn't stand up at this point.
This is something I do, and it's a fault of mine, and I did it with one of M. Night's movies, Glass, where do these poker players look like poker players? And
this is the waiter thing that you were having.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like these guys are like, anyways.
Couldn't be.
Again, I'm split. There's like a few like, okay,
another night movie.
Very good. Deepish in the archives.
Yep.
And I thought generally for this table, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see this guy, random poker player, this person here, this woman. Yeah, okay. I can buy these all as poker players, I guess. Again, This is a me thing. I need to buy into the whole situation.
Yeah. It's all or nothing. You're all in.
What I find interesting, we've talked about baseball and hockey, how it translates to film because of the elements it brings.
Yep.
And poker is another thing because it's about, there's a lot of luck. There's like the cards, but there's also the bluffing.
Playing the player, not the hand, right?
He says that, Philip. Yeah, you stole that line. That's in the movie.
It's rule 1 of poker, right?
One thing I'll push back a little bit on it is what this movie does, and it's a little bit more later on, but I'll just kind of plant the seed here, is the illusion of skill. Like it's not actually skill because it ends up being the cards at the end. You can both play each other and read each other, but at the end of the day, if you're both going all in, it's just about what cards you have in your hand. That's it. But the way it plays it is like I've somehow wished these 2 aces into my hand. It's completely luck. Every card that comes up is luck.
It's probabilities more than it's luck. That's the whole thing with the Sheaf, right? Like that's his whole thing. The numbers is his name.
He's a math guy.
you know the statistics. So if you're looking and you have an ace-2 in your hand and a certain amount comes out on the flop, you're like, okay, there's a 27% chance on the river I'm going to get this, or a 62% chance on the turn.
I'm just saying we didn't see the bad hands. I think we could have spent a little time on a couple 7-2
you
hands.
Want a movie to stop just to explain every minute of every possible thing. It's not dissimilar to the poker on television, which I was really big into in the early 2000s.
Oh, you were a watcher, yeah?
Absolutely.
What's that?
The World Poker Tour,
Phil Famouth,
WPT.
Whammoth, what's that guy's name?
Helmuth.
That's it.
Yeah. Phil Locke and
a whole lot of them.
Yeah. Anyway, I used to watch a lot of it. And Vince Van Patten hosting. And
yeah. Would you ever bet a car?
Hoyt Brunson. No. Don't own a car yet. So
well, maybe you should play for one.
That's right. No, I love this scene though. I love poker, and I think that is incredibly dramatic and very filmic for 6 people sitting around a table. Yeah. You can make that work. Yeah. And I think this movie shoots those scenes very well. And I'm engaged, not just because I like poker and because I like gambling, because it's
just good filmmaking.
I just think it's an opportunity. Yeah, you get to really kind of play the scene really well.
And this is really like the baby scene of it too. The main event is yet to come. So I think it does a good job of not making this too big, but kind of give us a taste of what the pokerness of
absolutely.
The movie would be.
You get to see the cockiness come out in the other guy, right?
Yeah. Speaking of cockiness, Bond's about to get that in with his wife. This guy. And the guy, Bond has his car now.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got some good lines. He's
when you're that good looking, you don't even need the good lines, but he's got them.
Has a woman ever looked at you like that ever?
No.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would desperately be nice.
He does show great restraint, though. I don't think I could do the job. I think
no, you would. Yeah, no, I agree. I would be. Yeah, this can wait.
Yeah,
the flight. I've got time.
Yeah, champagne for 2, not for 1.
Yeah, we're gonna stick around here for a little bit, and then maybe I'll fly to where I need to be afterwards. But yeah, gorgeous woman.
Yeah,
needs some attention.
Yes, clearly.
Bond's willing to give it to her until she finds out he's on the midnight train and he's got to go. And we end up at the body exhibit.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's incredible. Really neat thing. It's basically donated bodies and kind of rip the skin off and position them in certain ways. You get to see a lot of pretty crazy and somewhat gross but really fascinating
I can see the appeal. Yeah,
this movie obviously doesn't really exploit much of that, but it is sort of an interesting place to hold a scene.
Yeah, and you're like, I was there.
I basically saw that exhibit. Yeah, it's really
cool. You can connect to it.
Absolutely.
Good. So you're in. You're locked
in. Absolutely.
Did you see Richard Branson?
No.
Really?
No.
He's there.
No,
yeah. You didn't even want credit for being in the movie.
Crazy.
Yeah, there you go. But we get a big sequence with Kevin Pollak's son. That's who that is.
Great.
Just looked like him a little bit. I don't know. The hair. But now we get another big, I don't want to say huge, but big enough showcase of an action sequence, I would say.
Yeah, it's a big chase sequence through the airport.
Yeah.
Running and gunning and tailing, which is, again, this movie and movies like it have that opportunity of the pacing 10 feet behind somebody, looking around.
You see the color of the hat or the briefcase or something. You just need something like, okay, I got
it locked in. So those kinds of things I find endlessly compelling to me. I found this scene, maybe because of its inside the airport part, was more germane to the story. The stuff that happens outside the airport, I think, is action for action's sake, and I get a little boring. But personally,
what at the end of it, though, he needs to stop this because that's very like the plot is really relying on this accident happening, obviously. And just to touch on the plot a little bit, because that's what is it's about the stocks, right? So they want to take down the plane, Mads, if you will, because he's got a lot of money.
Yes.
Depending on that. And they make some references to 9/11 and stuff like that. And it's a whole world that I'm not involved in when it comes to stocks. I don't play the game, but it makes me wonder how much of that is in real life. Like it's like, people doing things they really shouldn't be doing to affect stock prices.
Well, I mean, ultimately the US has been doing that just recently with all the
that's the sense I get.
The nonsense.
And that GameStop stuff that happened
that's still something else
years ago.
Those are like meme stocks, they call them, where it's just a gaggle of
Yeah.
Internet people push a price a little high, and some people make some money.
So are you content with that as a plot for this movie?
I think that ultimately we'll get to the end and as it goes through the rest of the movie, but ultimately this movie's plot is I think
thin?
useless.
Oh, useless.
It's never, to me, made explicitly clear what the point of any of this is. I think it's to the movie's credit, ultimately, that it doesn't seem to really matter, as we certainly get throughout the rest of the movie with Mads as a villain. Like, there's just certain pieces of this movie where I just think, like, so what? I don't know that I could tell you what it is beyond playing poker, as he says at the end in Montenegro, like the synopsis is.
No matter what the plots are in these movies, Phil, a few dead bodies will come out throughout it. The guy's wife was tortured and killed.
Yep. Par for the course.
Yeah. I'd feel bad about that.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. Or at least he doesn't show that he does at this point. And it's really all James is doing. So one thing, and this comes back to the whole Superman conversation I think we've had before, is you're trying to save the world, but by doing that, you're killing people at the same time by crashing through these buildings.
That's certainly a critique of the modern Superman, the nonsensical Zack Snyder movie. Right?
Exactly.
If you're watching the old ones, it's not that.
Yeah,
right?
This is obviously a much smaller scale, but his actions are causing the deaths of innocent people, and it's not really ever put into questions like, oh, okay, well, oh well.
This is the thing I was just talking about at the beginning, the consequence. He does this thing, and M says, you shouldn't have done that, and he goes, so what? And everyone just goes, okay, your next mission is do this. So he's not like put on probation, suspension, fired.
Well, no.
It just none of it matters.
Yeah, there's a few times there's a trust issue.
He gets, just nothing ever really plays out. There's no consequences to it.
He's good. I mean, he's good. That's what I mean. He gets a lot of leniency because he's so damn good. But throughout the series, there are points where he does get cut off.
Okay, that's dramatic.
Actually, to this point in this movie, they started to track him because they don't trust him.
Yeah, sure.
It's happening right in this scene.
Okay.
Right after her death, her body was found in a hammock. You look like a hammock guy.
I love a hammock.
I'm like James. I can read people.
I wish my backyard had...
It was hammockable?
Yeah. It's not. We got a great tree, but just one.
Well, put a
pillar.
A pillar, something.
Yeah.
Piece of wood, Philip. Speaking of wood, we get on a train which used to need wood to run, I believe. No? In the fire?
But I think meeting Eva Green might make you think about wood.
Yes. Yes, she's gorgeous. Yeah. And possibly an orphan. We don't know. We don't know.
There's, again, this trying to fill a backstory that doesn't really seem to matter.
Any thoughts around that little conversation between them? Yeah, you do?
I think those two in particular that are at this movie.
Because you love dialogue.
I do like dialogue, yes. I like words. I find the chemistry between these two to be excellent. Her entering and saying, I'm the money, and him saying, and every penny of it. I remember that there's a character, Miss Moneypenny.
Correct. That is true.
From one of the earlier movies. Yeah. So it's just a throwaway line that it's not like laugh out loud, but it's a chuckle moment. Even though I don't know anything about this movie or this character, I'm like, I got that joke.
You still got the wink and the nod. Now, that is one of the critiques of this movie, Philip. And I don't quite share it because I didn't watch the original ones, if I can call them the original ones, the older ones, if you will.
Sure.
Is they moved away from the actual character of Moneypenny.
Okay.
And they moved away a lot from the gadgetry.
That I was going to have later, which is this movie, what I know of Bond, or like would have had in my brain, was gadgetry.
Yeah.
And when you mentioned it earlier, my question at that time would have been, I don't see it in this movie.
Where is it? Is it happening?
And maybe it could be, right? But I remember if you... Maybe speaking of pinball, I played a lot of arcade games in the old days. Do you remember Spy Hunter?
Yes, I do actually.
So that is a game that to me was like, that's Bond. It's oil slicks and behind you. It's machine gun or missiles even out of the front.
Sure, yeah.
Right? Images of what I had in my head.
Like a real Batmobile, really.
Yeah, like kind of all of these little gadgets. Austin Powers obviously kind of ripped it off years later, right? Like, this is to me as Bond, and I'm watching this movie, and I see almost nothing, with the exception of the defibrillator.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they put the tracking device, but that's not really a thing.
You see that every day now.
It's like, they made jokes in Naked Gun, right? It's like, oh, here's the blow dart that knocks the guy out, and here's the banana that, like.
That's a great series.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson.
To be ruined.
Yeah. From the small trailer I saw,
it looks terrible,
I have my concerns.
I
have my concerns. Now, they did this similar, and we'll get into it when I get into the Mission Impossibles later, a few months from now. Just friendly heads up. There's a few of them.
Yeah.
About 6 or 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah.
And I had the same sort of issue in the fourth one with Jeremy Renner, as we'll know from The Town, deep in the archives. Yep. And I'm thinking to myself, the face mask's not in this one, and I really didn't like.
Spoiler.
Yeah, and I really didn't like them. It was called Protocol.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I revisited. I actually enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite ones, actually. But that was sort of my initial thing. But because I don't really have all that, James Bond with more, I don't really know what I'm missing.
Sure.
And I can tell you right now, it comes back in some later versions. So they're not completely out with it, with the whole Craig series, but it doesn't seem to be something it wants to focus too heavily on, in at least this one.
Well, I think to be fair, it wasn't something I was missing necessarily, to your point. It wasn't like, where's my gadgets? Yeah. It was the three things I know. It's like chicks, travel log kind of destinations, and gadgets.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
And I got travel log.
Where's the gadgets?
Where's the gadgets? Not that I needed it, but it was like noticeable to me that it was not there.
Just one of the critiques, if you do sort of read through the reviews, which I don't spend a lot of time. I am curious, though, to see what other people think.
Sure.
And fans of the whole series, that was a notable thing.
Here's a question for you. We're about an hour-ish in, and we meet Mathis.
Yep.
When we're speaking about plotting and character and so forth, I watched this movie twice. I don't understand the point of Mathis.
Oh, he's just their contact in that town.
He's just there. He doesn't really offer anything, but he's there throughout the rest of the movie.
He gets the...
Obviously, he's got a plot hinge.
He's got some intel, and he has some information.
Sure.
He's been watching Madsy, so he knows what he's up to. So he's just
I know what he does in the movie. I'm just saying I don't really know why he's there.
Well,
as a character, he just seems bland to me.
Yeah, he's a little bit bland. He did not win an Oscar for this. You're right. So, but he'll be back. He'll be back.
Yes.
Is he good or is he bad? That's the real question on this guy, and I'm not going to say anything yet.
Well, we've seen the movie.
You're right. We still don't know, though.
Exactly.
It gets pretty gray. It's one thing they point out as you get sort of deeper into these spy games, if you will. It's very, very, very deep in the archives.
Absolutely. The inaugural episode.
It gets a little gray of who's good, who's bad. You end up not realizing you're actually turning
That's
bad.
kind of the fun part to me.
Yeah.
That's the intrigue that we've talked about in spy movies or even horror movies to an extent, like these movies where the duality and the sort of whose side is anybody on and the intrigue of that I find very compelling. I just don't think in this particular movie, Mathis, who is clearly playing by the end, obviously two sides of the coin, is all that interesting or compelling.
He's got some good lines.
I don't think so. I hate this character.
Okay, well,
I'm saying it right is.
Long story short, you don't like Mathis.
Yeah, I just think he's useless.
Okay, there it is. Medium take? Yeah, it's a medium take. It's not a hot take. It's a medium take.
Here's a question. What do you understand about the hot take?
God, you and the questions.
I interpreted hot take to be, I just came up with it.
Oh.
Not, it's going to be incendiary. It was, my hot take on this is like, without thinking about it, my hot take is I hate it. Or I love it.
I think that's correct, actually.
So to me, a hot take is something instantaneous
you haven't considered.
Well,
wait, have you thought about this Mathis thing?
Yes.
Okay, so it was a medium take.
But I think people use it in the context of it's going to rile the internet up, or it's going to blow your mind. It'll be a hot take, David. Are you ready for this take? And that doesn't make any sense to me.
I've planned this hot take for weeks.
So I don't know. I don't know who's right, let's say. But for me, it feels like it should be the just hot off the press take.
Well, instead of researching next week's movie, like we normally do, we'll research that and let everybody know what the truth is.
We'll really take our time.
All right. It's time to get to the main game, Philip.
My favorite moments of this movie.
This is the bulk of it. Do you have any issues with the pacing at all with the movie? Just a quick
No, I thought that generally it flowed really well.
Yeah, agree.
I mean, I could watch people playing poker for hours.
Especially wearing tuxedos.
My note here is, honestly, I love well-dressed people playing poker in casinos.
For some reason, I thought you would say that. I don't know why. I could read people.
I was going through my selection of movie posters from 25 years ago, stuff from 98, 99 that I'd gotten from the video store and all throughout the years. One of the posters, The Good Thief.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a gorgeous poster if you remember
I don't.
The smoke. It's gorgeous. I'll show it to you.
Oh, please do.
And it made me think, God, I love watching people play poker. And my image throughout all of these scenes was Nick Nolte sitting at the table playing his high stakes.
Did you find there wasn't enough smoke in this room, though? Are you okay with the clean air? I mean, we have asthmatic Mads in there, so we got to respect that.
Yeah, that's I guess it's the difference between the late 90s, early 2000s, and the mid to late 2000s. But
got the no smoking
the
sign
no smoking
up
sign. But
luckily, there's not the no drinking sign.
No.
Pretty standard buy-in, I think. I don't know. Do you go in for 10 mil? It's
just standard.
It's a chunk of change. We do have foreshadowing a little bit. You got to input your account number, and then which she knows, Vesper, and then he puts in the password. Bond does.
Yes.
So that's important to know.
Sure.
And everybody does that. That's just how you get your buy-in. That's how you get paid if you win. And then we have, of course, your buddy Mathis just sitting at the bar having a drink.
Just sitting at the bar having a drink.
Observation.
Some commentary.
Which I absolutely love. But they start playing. Nothing crazy. Just kind of getting a lay of the land,
of course,
if you will. And we get a break after, what, I want to say 4 hours of playing. This is like a game of cricket. It's going to go on for a couple of days.
Yep.
Apparently, those can be long games.
Oh, my gosh, absolutely.
But that's no different here.
Yep.
And Mads moseys on up to his room, I guess, maybe to see his lovely lady, perhaps.
Yep.
And gets attacked.
Yeah, so we have this sort of setup that Mads is also being hunted on some level.
Yeah, he owes some money.
He owes some people some money.
From the whole stock issue that he lost. So I think it was like $26 million, which is really why he needs to win here.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's important. That's why he's playing. And then Bond's playing him so he doesn't get the money because he's funding terrorism.
That's right.
There you go. Nutshell.
Yeah.
Complete.
But yeah, so he's attacked in a decent enough fight sequence in the hotel room.
Fine, yeah.
But what I like, as you can probably imagine, is the ramifications of that. So Vesper has sort of been involved in this fight, seen it happen.
And I love a good stairwell scene.
You've gone on record.
Yeah, The Fugitive.
Yes, absolutely.
No shooting in that. No shooting in that, though. Just a quick chase.
And it's a thing that I did not expect in this movie is the scene that follows after. So after this battle sequence, and she's seen things that are certainly clearly outside of her.
She's an accountant.
Comfort zone, exactly, right? This is not
her
Ben
Affleck accounting, just regular accounting.
Just straight up. Bond's world is that. He can, no blink of an eye, kills the guy in the bathroom, kills the guy in the office, kills. He's got a license to do it even.
He does. And
it doesn't matter to him. But for her, when he returns back to their room, she is sitting in the shower,
clothed, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's disappointing. But crying.
Yeah.
Shaken by what she had seen.
Not stirred.
And I think that is probably my favorite moment in the movie, which is not that surprising given my
your
tendencies,
track record.
But it's not a scene I expected to see in this movie. So the humanity of that moment,
some softness,
was something that had, up until that point, we're over an hour into the movie now.
He's sucking on a finger.
I have not seen any of this in any of these characters. An empathy level that ultimately won't really be seen throughout the rest of the movie, but in this moment it stops to do it. I thought very effective, and I thought very moving. Just a little quiet exchange between the two.
Least favorite scene.
There you go, boring. But to me, it leads back to this chemistry that they had in the train.
Yeah, ends up playing a big role. So I'm glad that you're on board with it, because crappy if you weren't.
Yes.
Now, Phil, being a gentleman, not a scholar from the grades I saw, but you've been into casinos.
Yeah.
Are you aware of this whole thing, like when
Absolutely.
you're playing poker?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
It's huge.
And do you have a tell?
Oh yeah.
Do tell.
The reality is, certainly in my early poker playing, the tell was I just would keep folding until I had a good hand.
I do that too. Yeah.
Right. And so the moment I put any money in,
they know.
They knew that I had something,
Sure,
so they were just fuck it, I'm not giving this guy any money.
Yeah.
Right. So I was not very good about reading people or whatever.
This guy's tell's a little bit more subtle, but not really. Like, because he already has an eye issue.
Yes. Bond sees the tell, knows it, feels very confident.
Shouldn't have told Mathis about it.
Yeah, shouldn't have. This is rule number 1.
Yeah.
And as a result, he loses everything.
Yeah, big time. And he has the option to get $5 more million, but she's in charge.
Absolutely. She's the money.
And she's not having it.
No, turn off the faucet. And he's very angry at this.
He is.
Right? Look at my eyes. I can beat him. Come on. Nothing doing.
Nothing's happening.
Except, luckily, we got Jeffrey Wright in town.
Thank God, because we got Bond going after this guy with a butter knife. This is not going to end well for anybody.
No one's happy.
To even consider doing something rash, if you
Sure.
will.
But he's young. It's first mission.
I suppose. But yeah, Jeffrey Wright.
We love him.
Well, I don't think he's very good.
Wow.
I don't know. He just doesn't really bring much to anything. I like him. I like him as a person. happy to see him, but I don't think he brings a big performance or anything.
He's a big performance to be good.
Pretty much does the same thing every movie. I don't know.
I like him a lot.
Being too harsh.
He's great in Ride with the Devil. He's great in Boardwalk Empire. He's great in Westworld.
But he's bleeding chips, though.
Yeah, he acknowledges he's not a very good poker player.
Doesn't matter if I like him or not. The point is, he's bleeding chips.
Yep.
He thinks Bond has a better chance.
Yeah. Offers to buy him back.
Yeah. And he goes.
Yeah.
And Mads?
He's on to him.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue. So he has a bit of a plan himself. Milosh's wife. Don't know her name. Time for a little poison, I believe, Phil.
Yeah, this is the whole martini conversation, which he says I should come up with a better name for. This is, again, inside jokey things that don't mean anything to me.
Yeah, I didn't
shaken, not stirred, and whatever.
That's true. That's like, now that I think about it, that is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody wants one, and like, man's like, can we just play poker here?
Yeah.
Take it easy. He's impatient.
That's right. But he ends up being poisoned.
Yes, not a good thing.
Not a good thing, but a good scene. I like it. Yeah. I like that it's sort of pretty well shot.
Yeah.
I think he plays it pretty well.
Goes to the bathroom, chugs a bunch of salt water, I think.
Trying to make himself throw up.
Intake.
Stumbling his way through I just thought, all in all, very well directed. This guy is not a director that, again, has a history of anything that I have enjoyed or thought to go and seek out or whatever else. But I thought he handled this movie pretty well.
Absolutely.
The tone was solid, the style, the shots, so forth. And I thought this scene in particular stands out as being pretty entertaining, leading to the defibrillator at the end.
Yeah, finally we get a little bit of gadgetry here.
Yeah.
Which is just really an emergency kit.
Yeah, I'm sure this thing exists in like kind of normal world as opposed to spy world or whatever. But
I'm sure you can get one there.
Yeah,
shoppers. But yeah, little tension because he's about to pass out and the thing's not connected.
That's right. This is as much as I like that scene and the way it plays out, this is one of the problems of the character and of movies like this, is that at no point do I think that anything bad is going to happen to Bond.
Well, I
don't care, because I said, if the movie kind of presents it
absolutely.
in a way that
it's delivered well,
I'm not just waiting going like, nope, not happening, right? But the tension or the levels of tension is a little bit dissipated.
That's a good point.
But I like it nonetheless.
It's still cool.
Exactly.
Cool.
I thought it was really well done. I think that she saves him and he gets up and he wants to go back to the
game. He's already left once and had to change because he had blood all over his shirt from murdering people.
Yep.
And then he's coming like he's incorrigible.
Which a funny little line, that last hand nearly killed me.
That is funny.
Kind of cute.
But we get to the point where everyone's sort of revealing the big hand. This is it. We got about 4 players. The first guy has a couple pairs, I think.
Aces over 9s, I think. Aces full nines.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting how every time someone reveals, it's a little bit better.
Of course.
There's a little bit of,
drama. That's what it's called, Dave. It's called drama. It's what makes fucking movies go.
Touche.
Filmmaking. Storytelling.
And then there's a full house.
Yep.
And then we get
2 full houses.
2 full houses. One's better than the other.
Yep.
Aces are better than kings.
Yes.
I know that.
Yep.
But our good friend James, straight flush. Not easy to get.
No, not at all.
Not at all, but he got it.
Yep. Statistically speaking, it's pretty hard to get.
But that knocks out Mads, and he is mad.
He's not happy.
No.
He's not happy.
That's problematic at best.
But I love it. I love the scene. Poker, high stakes. I'm all over it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I've never watched Rounders, which is pretty much,
sure.
I imagine, very focused.
It's going to come off the shelf because that's a weird movie for me.
Okay.
I'd be interested to talk about.
All right, fair enough. But we have that sort of point of the movie where we think it's sort of over, but we both know, even as a first-time viewer, I'm sure you knew it wasn't it.
You sort of think, okay, the game is over, but what's the consequence of the game being over? And obviously, Mads still doesn't have his money. Bond clearly made a fool out of Le Chiffre.
Yes, you don't want to do that.
So there's consequences to come. Mathis has been revealed to be exposed to be the bad guy.
Sort of, yes, at this point.
Right, they've explained that he gave the tell, and that's why, and yada, yada, yada. And then we have a really challenging sequence to watch and to imagine.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I have to ask you, as a married man, at what point in your honeymoon did you get tied to a chair fully naked with a bit of whipping action happening on the...
Actually, by that point, mine were already in a jar. So none of that. Already
perfectly safe.
Yep.
Harmless.
Sealed up. Done. When I first watched it, I didn't clue into what was happening.
Okay.
And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. They cut out the bottom of the chair.
The bottom of the chair, man.
Ah, I get it.
Yeah.
And he has some fun with it, despite the pain. He tries to,
got an itch.
Yeah. What would have happened if Mr. White didn't come in? We'll never know.
Yeah.
That we can envision it. We can think about it in our minds.
Yes.
As I often do. But, yeah, a little bit of luck there.
Yeah, this is a sequence where I really like the torture stuff.
Yeah,
I really hated that it ended with...
You want some more? One more whip? I mean, he's about to feed the balls to him, so
yes.
I think it's the point we need to... Someone's got to put a stop
Totally.
to
this is a fundamental problem I have with it, is Mads is the villain. For all intents and purposes, everything that we've seen in this movie is Mads is the bad guy.
He's the main bad guy.
Right?
Correct.
Maybe it's a trope of the series, right? I've only seen this one. But the fact that he gets a bullet in his head with only 30 minutes left in the movie, after all that we've been watching, I was thinking, this villain sucks. Like, as a bad guy, he's no threat. He doesn't, other than the whipping, like the torture scene.
Actually kind of weak in a few spots, right? He's getting beat up.
He's getting beat up. Exactly. Yeah. He's got an eye thing.
Yeah.
So as a villain, I'm thinking, like, there's no dastardly plan. There's no... I think about like a Dr. Evil. Exactly, right? It's my only kind of frame of reference, right? Like, who is the big bad? And the fact that, like, I'm watching this movie, even at that point, kind of wondering, who is this guy and why is he a threat? To the point where he's removed from the movie.
Take him out. He's out.
Within 30 minutes left, I'm just like, the movie lost a little bit of, I don't want to say credibility, but just interest. I was just sort of like, what am I watching? Why did I even care to begin with? And what they sort of replace him with isn't that interesting. We talked before earlier where Bond is girls and travelogue and gadgets. A fourth thing, I suppose, having not seen any of them, is the villains. I think about Christopher Walken. He was a bad guy in one of them. Jonathan Pryce was in one of the Brosnan movies. He was a bad guy.
Yes. But much different character than he was in Glengarry Glen
Ross. Yeah. But I don't know the villains quite so much. But anyway, I felt like this was a real anticlimactic kind of way to happen this scene. And the fact that it gets him out of a bind is sort of like, I mean, that's movies. Again, you have to do it.
You said it, not me, buddy.
But it's sort of like, you kind of released the balloon with 30 minutes left. What's left to do?
This is more of a you thing than me thing when that you typically has an issue like this. I need the hero. You need the bad guy.
I just need their reason to be. If you're going to be a bad guy,
let it be
a bad guy.
Well, he's a bad guy. He's not very nice, so he's bad.
I never got the impression he was that bad.
Well, nonetheless,
because he doesn't even do the killing, like you're saying. Like White did the killing, or the guy. He gets beat up. Like he's not. Anyway.
Well, regardless, Phil, he's been dispatched.
Yeah. Same with Mathis.
Not yet.
No.
Well, that's my next. He's fine. Mathis is fine. I don't want you to worry about Mathis.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Your best buddy is going to be A-okay. Now, you've talked about the chemistry between Jimmy, if I can call him Jimmy,
I think you can,
and her. Vesper. Yeah. And they have a scene together. He's recovering, Phil. Let me lay it out for you, maybe in layman's terms so you can understand. He's in a chair on a lawn.
Yeah. With a bottom.
Yeah.
He's sitting.
Yeah, he's got that going for him. The gentleman, I believe, who is Swiss, correct me if I'm wrong, not that it's very important, comes and they do the whole money thing. He won $10 million, passwords in, and they kind of fall in love, really, right then and there. His armor is down, Philip.
Yeah.
Do you have armor? And if so, do you wear it?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought maybe you had something in the closet there.
No.
All right.
No armor for me, no.
Okay.
No. Just like an emotional armor sometimes.
Yeah.
If you really have to get to know me every once in a while, I'll open it up for you.
Yeah, I don't care. He claims his armor's gone.
Yeah.
They're going to kiss. They do kiss.
Yeah.
And thus begins this whole sort of, do I want to say a montage?
Not quite a montage, but I would say it's a bit of an epilogue.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Get the impression that the movie's over.
Yeah.
The bad guy's been dispatched.
Yeah, they're on the beach. They're having a great time. He says, I love you, puts that Mazza ball out there.
Yeah.
And they're just in love, basically.
Yeah, I've talked already about the sort of chemistry between the two.
Yeah, did I buy it? That's what you were asking,
absolutely.
right? Because I know I bring this up pretty regularly.
Yep.
Not quite.
Okay.
I was close.
Trunk, no trunk. What's your take on
now,
this?
had they been those two in a trunk at this point, I think that would have actually helped.
Okay, yeah.
I thought their chemistry was just fine. I thought taking it to that next big stage, I felt like there was a bit of a gap.
Okay, like he's so ready to commit to her, like with the agency.
There needs to be a few dates here first. You know, let's go
out.
out,
to see them.
Let's go have some chicken,
minute for minute.
Yeah, there you go. But nonetheless, I mean, it didn't. You know, at this point, I'm in too deep. I'm too invested in this movie to really care too much about that. But we are coming up on the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, her saying things like "you're more of a man than anyone I've ever met."
Yeah, that was a little bit.
There is a little bit of like, you know, young love, or like maybe you are feeling something like that, but that's a little extreme for maybe where they're at.
Yeah, I mean that's happened to me. Like girls have said that to me.
No, it goes without saying. But you also find out later that could also be a little manipulating a situation.
At what point, or did you ever suspect Vesper as being a little off with her intentions?
No, because you have the red herring, what turns out to be the red herring of Mathis, right? So he is the double agent. He's the turncoat. He's the one that's on the inside that's supposed to be not, you know, whatever else. So
you were fooled.
Totally. Never even really considered. I bought this relationship pretty hard. Like I was like, yeah, this makes sense.
I watched the movie twice, and I did buy into the whole her doing things that you wouldn't out of character.
Sure.
The second time, I really paid attention to all the dialogue of it.
Yeah.
What they were saying, that she didn't really have a choice, and you know, her intention wasn't to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
But she was in a bit of a.
She's in a bind.
Definitely in a bind.
Yeah. She had a knot. She got this. She got a knot.
Yeah. Exactly. What'd you think about the guy with the missing sunglass lens? Why would you have that look? Like, put the other one in. What? I don't know. I didn't get that.
Well, I mean,
just to look evil.
It's very common if you have like a glass eye in some cases, or a lazy eye, or things like that.
Yeah,
you want to train it so you have glasses like that.
Okay, that's just an interesting choice to put that character in the movie.
Well, and I think it's basically because you got Mads, who's got the eye thing, so there's almost like this sort of duality of did he really die, or like. I think that's playing on that.
Oh, because he didn't look anything like Mads at all.
Got an eye thing.
Oh, yeah. So he had a hat.
I have a question before we get too far along here. That while I didn't notice or think of anything untoward when it came to Vesper, what I did notice throughout the entire movie was the amount of Sony products. Did you notice that?
I noticed the phone, Sony Ericsson phone. Yeah.
The VOW laptop that he sends the email from.
Yeah.
There was two other examples of Sony-like products, and I remember that Sony owns Columbia Marketing.
I was just happy not seeing an iPhone.
Sure, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Now, when you look back on everything that's been said, at this point, as far as we can tell, everything is still hunky-dory. They're in the hotel room, and they need a little bit of cash. He's got to do the supply run.
Yes.
And she's going to the bank.
Take care of the bank.
Yeah. Gets a weird phone call, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the money.
From the Swiss guy.
Yeah, exactly. And then M calls.
Yeah, she's saying, my guy's here. Where's the money?
Yeah, you're going to deposit soon. I'm not worried, but yeah. But as far as Bond's concerned.
It's already taken care of.
It's taken care of,
yeah.
So.
That check cleared. They brought that contract down to the bank.
Yeah.
Ask Williamson. He knows.
Exactly.
He took care of it.
And as far as Bond's concerned, he's been double-crossed.
Yeah.
Again.
Yep.
Jeez. Poor guy, eh?
Yeah.
And
can't catch a break.
You can't. Luckily, she's wearing a red dress. That helps.
Yes, you said earlier, right? You
you
find that thing, and you're going to track her down.
Exactly. So we think that she's turned.
Yes.
She's bad. Now, knowing what we know now, when he's chasing her or following her, it wasn't a chase. It was a pure follow.
Yep.
He gets seen.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
She was about to get let go. Here's your money. She walks away.
Mission accomplished.
She lives. He gets noticed. Oh, I got to take her hostage now.
Yep.
And ultimately, that leads to her demise.
There's machine guns coming in now, too. Like, the whole thing blows out of proportion.
Bond is smarter and doesn't get seen. She lives.
Yeah, probably.
And he'll find out, oh, I had to do it. Okay, we can repair this trust because of the whole thing. Anyways, so she dies. Do you want to talk about...
I hated the action sequence.
Did you?
I thought it was...
I was done at that point.
I was like, wrap this up. I don't need this.
It's trying to be cool with the whole the water and
the water rising, the building falling.
Yeah,
it's clever, sure.
I'm good.
Her choice to kind of sacrifice herself seemed a little out of line with where we're at.
Yeah, I still
think
she can live.
Yeah, like this could have been a thing.
Yeah. I knew it has to happen because I've seen the rest of the movies, so I understand it.
Sure.
But
that's in hindsight. It doesn't have to happen. She could live, and then the movies are just something else.
Better, maybe.
Right? Like, I don't know how it factors into the other ones. I just feel like it just was an interesting choice to have her kill herself.
I know they want to set up his character to go into revenge mode.
Oh, okay.
So keep that in mind.
Okay.
But I did think it was shot well. Like, her death scene was good that way.
I
the underwaterness
it was
of it.
fairly evocative too. I just was like, I don't know why this has happened.
But it happens. It happens.
Sure.
We can't change it now. And they made a very strong point of letting us know she wasn't really a bad person. She was just put in a bad spot.
They do try and say that, right?
Yeah, the whole conversation M's having on the phone. He still doesn't care. He still says the B word.
Yeah, it says, job's done, bitch is dead.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Yeah, and then he grabs the phone, looks at it, Sony Ericsson, and finds out that her last message or whatever was sent to this Mr. White person.
Well, he's thinking at this point she left the phone there on purpose because it's a cry for,
sure.
I've done
avenge me kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he does. So we see Mr. White on a beautiful island.
Gorgeous.
God damn. Denver, I think.
Yeah, he might have been.
Right? Yeah. Bahamas and Denver is the next spot on that travel log.
Right by the water in Denver. Yeah. By the ocean.
And he shoots him in the leg. He gets shot in the leg, I should say.
I thought it was the foot, but it looks like it was the leg. I thought it was the foot. I don't know.
Femur.
Yeah.
And then we get the iconic line. He's in his tux.
Yeah, that's the
standing over high ground. And introduces himself. And then we go to black. I'll say two things. First of all, I thought, who the fuck is Mr. White and why do I care? Given the fact that we spent the whole movie with this Mads person and this Mr. White seems to be periphery at best. I didn't really kind of clock him throughout, like as a...
You're so small-minded, Phil.
As a guy. So the reveal, if you can call it that, didn't really excite me or leave me, like, who is this guy kind of thing. However, I love that he gets shot. I love the introduction going to black. And ultimately, I found myself intrigued.
This is a Halloween situation?
Yeah. I was like, I want to see the next one because
there it is,
I thought this was really good. Like, not exceptional. There's some faults and flaws and, things that, didn't really connect. And
not a masterpiece.
Not a masterpiece.
Not perfection.
But, like, I thought really engaging, really well put together. And as much as the plotting is a little bit loose for my taste.
Yeah, for your taste. You have a taste.
I thought it delivered on the things that I expected it to.
Yeah, for that type of movie.
And wasn't deficient enough in the other things to hurt it. So I was like, I found myself completely engaged. Wonderful. So by the end of it, I was like, I'm into whatever the next of this is. Like, I don't know how they play into one another or if
you have an itch.
I just thought, like, it was maybe it's like Halloween where it's sort of like, I have no idea what the next one of these is. And if my understanding of Blonde is, it's just another, new story.
Yeah,
so,
new villain.
Yeah, like kind of reset the clock and do it again and reset the clock and do it again in a different town with a different girl and a different villain. And like, that's your
Go to France. You go to Russia,
like kind of
wherever,
rinse, repeat. But if this was made, I thought, with such quality that I'd be curious to see what the next version of that is. So, I'm into it. I really enjoy it.
Well, I guess the question is it going to be better than Halloween 2, the next one?
Yeah, sure. That is going to be a question.
Well, maybe we'll find out soon.
Yeah. Could do. Now, David, you have some experiences, you said, coming off of the Brosnans into this you're familiar with. Where does this rank now, kind of having rewatched it back in the mix?
Similar to what you said, it's just a really solid movie. Film-wise, like, it hits all the beats, well-paced, interesting enough. I'm good with the plot. I think it was well edited. I think it did the big scenes when it was time to do a big scene, quieted down a little bit, had some good dialogue, pushed the story forward. Wasn't too confusing. I find sometimes these can be a little confusing.
Sure. So intricate a plot.
Yeah, a lot of players, a lot of names being thrown out there. That was me
with Mr. White. I was like, who is this guy? I don't know.
Well, I see. I have some knowledge because obviously I've seen all of them.
Okay.
And I will say, this is not a hot take. I've known this for a long time. I do consider this probably one of the better Bond movies that I've watched.
Okay.
Maybe not the best. Well, time will tell.
Sure.
Definitely not the worst. Okay. So it was overall pretty solid film, and I was happy to watch it. I'm really happy to hear that you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Much more than I thought I was going to.
Wonderful, Phil. I think that's a big takeaway.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it. And happy, folks, that you joined us this week. As always, we do appreciate your listening. Please rate us 5 stars in your podcatcher of choice. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. And, of course, share the podcast with every 00 anything that you know. Yeah. M's, Whites, 7s, whatever you like. Share it, please.
That's good. Fair enough. Good night.